When is it gonna get warmer?
Yeah, it's gonna heat up.
Where's the Grianya?
There's no Grianya, but naturally this room is going to get very hot very fast, like it always does.
I'm gonna blow my brains out.
There's something. Is there? Okay. All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. God damn it. Hello and welcome, retards. Don't open that. I have notes in here that I want to show you. Hello and welcome, retards, to episode number 67 of Talking About Real Shit podcast with yours truly, Dennis, my good old sister.
Ina.
You know who we are. We don't know who you guys are. But just first things first, I do have a new video out on my channel. Go check it out. So that's our sponsor for the day is DSEC208 YouTube channel. I wanted to because let's talk about
real shit.
Let's talk about real shit real quick, okay? You went to. Can I publicly say what degree you have?
Okay.
Okay. You have a what do you have? A master's degree in social work.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of classes did you take for social work?
What kind of class?
Like classes. Like
why are you asking?
Because I have a question.
Okay. I don't know, like child development, addiction, social work and healthcare, social work and religion.
Oh, really?
Sociology, economics, psychology.
Economics, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering. Because why do I find
statistics?
Really?
Yeah.
That's like math.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking hated that class.
So because I laugh way too hard. I'm at the gas station, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like I have my headphones in. I'm listening to Tim Dillon podcast. And I'm fucking just like taking out the massive amounts of garbage I have in my no, I'm kidding. I'm just throwing out like bottles and whatever shit I have. And I'm listening to the fucking podcast and you know when you can't stop laughing at something and like you're crying and stuff, like people think I'm psychotic because I'm laughing at myself. And with the joke was like about like a marriage and like it didn't happen, but he was saying like this it would be like if it'd be funny if it did. But like the guy blows his brains out at the fucking wedding. Like it was such like a graphic joke, and that's what made me laugh. Like I laugh way too hard when people say I want to blow my brains out. I think it's the funniest fucking thing. Is that bad?
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
What does that show of me?
I don't know.
Like what does that mean? Like it's bad, but like what does it mean?
I mean, it's not bad. I guess why does it make you laugh though? Like why does it make you laugh? Because it's like the image of that would be funny. Like if you were at a wedding and you saw in legit a groom blow his brains out and
I don't think it was the groom. But I think that would make it funny.
Well, whoever it was, but you saw that. Like, why does that make you laugh?
Because it's like completely not supposed to. Because it's not supposed to happen.
Oh, okay.
Like you're at a wedding. You're like, okay, things will be fine. But the groom blows his brains out in front of everyone he cherishes and loves. I think it's so funny. Just the thought of that, like, because it's not supposed to happen.
Like, Google it. Why do I find death humorous?
But like, it's only that. I think it's like really just like blowing your brains out. Because it's like if they died like a heart attack. It's like, well, that sucks. That's sad. That shouldn't have happened.
I know.
But like the thought of like blowing their brains out. That one's funny. That's really the only one.
I don't find that funny.
I think like when you said like I like.
But yeah, but it's like you've never seen it before.
Well, granted, yes.
So I think it would be different.
Oh, of course. I'm not saying I would actually fucking laugh. That's different.
Like you just think like dark humor is funny.
Yeah, like very dark humor.
Well, there's like people that find like, that find jokes and like baby killing jokes and racist jokes and shit like that, where people just have like different sense of humor. Where it's like,
bad?
No, some people just find they just have different humors. Like me and you don't have the same. Mine are just mine's. Well, see, like my sense of humor is weird too, where a lot of people won't find like those kinds of things funny. Like not a lot of people will find Tim and Eric funny, like me and you do.
Yeah.
To where some people will be like, "What the fuck am I watching right now?" So it just depends. Doesn't make you like weird. It just is gonna make you like,
Oh man, I find it so funny. And the thought of it Like someone asked me, like, "Oh, like what's so funny? Like, did you hear a funny joke?" Oh no, it's just the guy blowing his brains out at the wedding. I would love to have someone ask me that, and then I respond with that answer just to see their reaction.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You just like dark humor.
It's so funny to me. It's so fucking funny to me. It is the best thing on this planet.
You have a weird sense of humor.
I do have I love my sense of humor though.
But like, look at us. Like, dad and mom have a different. Like, me and mom are similar with what we laugh at sometimes.
Me and mom are similar as well.
Just Google what does dark humor mean.
I want like an actual like tested person to fucking do. I don't want to Google shit.
If that's the only thing, I don't
because
fucking
I'll
know.
Google that. Hey, my nail's fucking broken. Oh, you're gonna die soon.
I don't know, because that's like the only thing.
I don't even care what is wrong with me, because it's like whatever. Who gives a shit? Whatever's wrong with you is wrong with you.
Right.
You can't fix it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can like work on it.
I know.
Like you can work on it.
If people were like me, like with that answer, that'd be so bad. Society would fall like it's falling right now.
Yeah.
Have you seen the stocks?
They're falling right now. Why are they falling so badly?
Because oh yeah, this is what I want to show you. So I have notes.
I love your 2021 Boise notebook.
There's 2 notes in here. There's the notes of our game of fucking phase 10.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty detailed notes.
I love how full your calendar is in the year 2021.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't really nothing going on.
You're like, let me check my books.
Oh wait, I think it's in.
When'd you put it in May?
No, it was like July.
There was just something I just saw before that.
Was there?
Yeah, before this.
Oh, it's on this page. So you.
Oh, what was that you just?
Is that your drawing?
Not this. This. What is this? Oh, yeah,
Hold on.
It was right before that.
Oh, here it is. These are the intrusive notes. We are so boned, but that doesn't matter. So your car, we got. Let's go. No, because this will blend into it.
Are we talking about any good things?
Yeah, we're talking about like the gypsy dance and stuff.
Okay,
we'll be talking about. I don't want to get the bad things out of the way.
Okay, yeah, my car.
So your car is fixed.
Yes.
So
far, so good.
It's fixed for now. It was $800 and something, and what they changed was the plastic bottle for the reservoir for your coolant, and your thermostat, and 1 temp sensor. Parts were $200 and something. Labor was $500 and something. So I was asking you out there, like, because I'm talking about this and like this is like in not just this, but society in general.
Right.
Do you know who I believe his name is Peter Falcon or something like that? Do you know who that is?
No.
So if I Google Peter Falcon,
I swear to God, if this is a joke or something.
No. I'm genuinely being serious. Peter Falcon. That's not him. Who the fuck's Peter Fallon? Fuck. What's that guy's name? I thought it was Peter Falcon. Well,
what's Purder? You put Purder.
No, well, okay. This guy has the biggest dick known to humankind. That's what everyone is getting raped by right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has like a 14 and a half. Like he would like not set off alarms, but like he would get checked every time he goes to the planes and stuff because they thought he had a weapon.
Mm.
That's who
a weapon of ass destruction.
That's good. That's the title. That's the title. Weapon of ass.
I love taking movie titles and changing them, like Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's the classic. Yeah. What's his name? Be sick of being asked to show it. Fuck off. What's his name? He's
sick of being asked to show it. You should charge money.
What is his name? Jonah Falcon. Jonah Falcon. He looks
like a douche.
He looks like, yeah.
Oh God!
I know.
How sucky is that?
It's like you were dealt something.
How sucky is that?
Yeah. 13 plus inches. So that's who. So this Jonah. So everyone's like sleeping at night, gonna go to sleep, gonna wake up on a Monday morning. You know, it's gonna be a great day at work. You wake up and you look behind you. You feel something inside. You look behind you and you see this guy's face. You see this guy's face.
I'm blowing my rape whistle so fucking much.
But you can't do anything about it. You know why? Because he's in everyone's bedroom. And no one can help you with your rape whistle. He's in everyone's bedroom.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
So, I'm not saying he's a rapist. Do not sue me, Jonah Falcon. I'm just using your cock as an example. So yeah, we're just getting fucked. Mm-hmm. Everything is going up in price. You just talked about your daycare, like not your daycare.
My whole daycare I'm charging.
You go to daycare.
No, dude, for real. Like it was like
up.
I don't even know. I honestly I don't even ask how much I'm paying anymore. I just see what it is and I just give them the money.
You have no choice.
When people say like, "What's the point of bitching about gas?" I need that shit.
Yeah.
Like I can complain all I want about the cost. Like I fucking need it. So that's how they are screwing you. They know it's a necessity or a service or whatever that you need. So there's really no other option that you can pick from. Yeah. Like I need gas because there isn't any public transportation. I can't even do that. You know what I mean? Not even if there was public what good really does that make me do?
It's really shitty here.
Well, even if there was public transport, like what good would that do? If like someone's doing like DoorDash for you know what I mean, or like
your job, you wouldn't be able to do
right.
it. Things
and
like
so,
that.
But even if I didn't have this job, even if my job was like, you know, working at whatever place,
you can get away with it.
Maybe
no public transportation is great.
No, I know. I'm not saying it's not great. I'm just saying, even if that was like, even if that was the
public
case,
transportation sucks here,
right?
Like in Europe, public transportation is like the go-to.
Right.
People are like, why do you even want, like, not need a car? Why do you want a car?
Right.
I don't want a car in my life.
Right.
Because it's different. It's different over there compared to, and I'm not saying that's obviously here, but like New York, you can get away with public transportation. Like that's literally, most of the people use subways and stuff like that. So it just depends on the place and stuff. But like here, and like I'm just going to say, we're just mainly talking about Boise, at least. Right. Obviously, like everything affects the whole thing, but like now we're just talking about the infrastructure. There will never be public transportation here, ever.
There's
like
no
they
way.
can't even make it happen. They can't even make it fucking happen here. Like you can't have a tram system. You can't have anything. They never want to build underground. Never like So it's like it's just it's a shitty LA. It's a shitty Austin. That's literally what is being built here. But yeah, like everything's got like my good friend, like he got a new job and stuff like that. Like I'll bleep his name out, but like he got a new job. Like he worked hella fucking hard. Like he doesn't have a degree, and this is like software development.
Right.
Like you mainly need a degree in this stuff, and he worked like hella hard, like studying like himself, and he finally got in that position. And it's like he got a big fucking bump in pay raise, but it's like
doesn't like cover shit.
It's like it's like well like, and it's like he feels so like fucked over it because it's like I have like a good job now.
Oh yeah,
like in this and stuff.
It's very like I was talking to my friend and like on the phone, my friend Sherry. You can you don't have to bleep her out. It's a very common name, but like we were just talking about how it's almost like it's like people just don't have that sense of like hope anymore. It's not like it's not even like when people say I'm hopeless because there's like it's not even like a depressive thing. It is, but it's like we're all kind of like on autopilot every day doing the same shit with no hope of like, oh, I'm gonna be able to like get a home, or I mean you could still like maybe save up to go on vacation, but that's like not if you're having to pay all these other bills. Like you don't have the money for that. And so it's just kind of like what do you
jobs you can't even get the time off.
But it's like what is people's reasoning
to not blow their brains out while they're at a wedding?
But like what are you gonna work towards? You know what I mean? Like when people are like, well, save up. What the fuck am I gonna save up for?
But you could what?
I mean, I could save up for like again. We live with mom and dad, so if we wanted to like save up, okay, we don't have to pay $3,000, $2,000 in rent. You know what I mean? So okay, I can do that and save up and like go on vacation or something or go buy something. But it's like I can't save up to buy a house like on my own, or to even like rent a place on my own.
And like, and for the people that did save up, and then you just were like right before this whole shit, they got fucked too. But what was I gonna say? I forgot it was probably not important. I forgot. But yeah, no, it's like oh no, that's what I was gonna say. Like oh shit, Jesus Christ. What I work towards for is I can make the CEO of DoorDash richer.
That's true.
It does bring me pride and joy.
Yeah.
I just love being spat on the face by
Oh
people.
yeah, same.
Just to be like, thank you. This was for DoorDash. I
I
love
mean, did you ever
it.
get that one bonus?
$50?
Yeah.
I did.
Well, it's worth it then, I guess.
It's so worth it. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know, like, and this, I want to bring this up. Like, so stocks are falling, right?
Mhm.
And it's annoying because it's like these economists and shit like that. And I'm not a professional in like literally any. I'm in a professional to dig myself into the grave in a couple of years. That's what I'm a professional in. Like just drinking soda and Doritos for like a week.
Is that really what you've been doing?
No, I'm just
Plagish.
pretty much. No, I'm kidding. I haven't. Like I barely ate those Doritos 2 days ago or some shit. Like a week ago. I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. I'm not kidding. But it's Cheetos. No, so I'm not a professional at anything, so I'm not trying to say like, oh, the economy. But too many of these economists, if that's what you even call them, these economy people, economy, these edamame people. Too many of them base our economy on the fucking stock market. That's like nothing to do with our economy. Like our economy has gotten so much worse since like the Dow has been over 30,000. Where it's like, oh, record breaking. No, this was when Trump was in office. 30K Dow's. It's like, wait, it hit 30K while we're in fucking COVID, while like people are dying in the hospital. How the fuck are we in 30K? Went up to 35,000. Now it's like a little bit above 30,000 again. But it's like, and that's like, oh, our economy's great because the Dow is high. Fuck off. That's not like it's so stupid how they base our economy off of the stupid fucking stock market. And like, yeah, there's that, and then the cryptocurrency is fucking down as well. Like it's crazy down.
Do you think it's just ever gonna go back up?
No, it'll go back up. Like we're heading into a recession right now. Like we're heading into a recession.
But recessions never last very long.
No, they don't. They don't. Like recession was like 2008.
Right, but they don't last very long, right?
They don't last very long. But it's like in 2008, it was still very doable to do things. I'm not saying like during the whole crisis and all that stuff, but like it was easy to buy a house at the time. It was like life was a lot easier now, but like life is so shitty right now, and with a recession about to hit, like what is the recovery going to be?
Right.
That's the way I'm looking at it. It's like in 2007, you know, right before in 2007, it's like okay, like we were doing like things were doable.
Right.
Things were doable. Like even if you were getting paid minimum wage, like it was very doable. You know, rent wasn't that much. Most people can afford to live. Like obviously you had homeless and all that stuff and everything, but like now it's so fucking. And then we went into a recession, and like mainly it was affected was housing.
Right.
Like the housing market was mainly the one affected.
Right.
Like there wasn't really anything else that got kind of fucked. Like, you know, obviously a lot of things got fucked in that, but like it was easy to live before that time, and like after that kind of like finished, it was easy to live again. But now it's like it's so fucking bad, and now we're going into a recession. We're not in a recession right now. We're going into a recession.
What could that look like?
I have no fucking clue. That's the scary part.
Do you think houses will go down?
I don't know, because like lumber is fucking still high.
Right.
Things like that. Like it's very. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Because, yeah, like it's never been this fucking hard to, like, live. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like we talked about it last week. Obviously, like, you know, I kind of had to bounce back of, you know, the debt to income ratio buying a house in the Great Depression was better than it was now. You know what I mean? So it's like, where does that put us if we do have a tank? Because so like right now it's gonna be like pretty much impossible to start a business because they're planning to bring up the interest rates more, like the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. The interest rate's going to go up more, so like people take less loans during that. You know, they'll bring it low, and then boom, now you can start shit because it's easier to get money. Now money is going to be hard to get while people don't even have money.
Right.
I don't know. It's gonna be
But like,
weird. It's gonna be
how
interesting.
like you can't just like have a whole town become homeless.
Have you heard of Detroit? That wasn't a town. That was a major city.
But
that
I mean,
happened, and then they give a fuck. Look at Detroit.
Yeah, but
everything.
Detroit was populated by what was the race in Detroit?
That doesn't matter.
No,
because they said the biggest problem in Detroit was they sent away manufacturing jobs. That's kind of what killed Detroit.
Right.
It wasn't really like the whole. It was like that stuff too, but
where did all those people go?
Fucking like other places. I don't know.
But I just don't know how you can even go if you have no money to go.
You make it work somehow. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Like I truly don't, because like you look at Detroit and that was the richest city in the world. Like Detroit was the richest, not like probably in 2007, like but before, like in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. Like it was probably before then it was the richest, but the 80s and 90s was probably like one of the richest. I don't know, but it was at some point the biggest city, richest city in the world
because of the manufacturing,
because the manufacturing, all that stuff. It was insane over there, right? And then you've seen Detroit on Zillow, like everything's fucking gone. Like it's.
But why did they pull it from there?
Because they oversee the jobs, like China, Mexico, all that stuff. So they sent away those. We talked about it last week. I was like, they're sending these teleperformance jobs away to Mexico or to India and all this shit, and like these manufacturing jobs go to other places and stuff like that. And it's like with the recession, like at least the U.S. dollar was strong. Not anymore. Like they're starting to use the Chinese yuan, and the Middle East with oil is not like they're using their own shit now. All this stuff, right? So like the U.S. isn't even like the world. It still kind of is the world money, but like it's a lot less than what it was in 07.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of crazy what we're going in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's definitely interesting. I don't know. It's gonna be. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. It's like you can't even buy a house now, and it's like with this whole shit going on, like. Is it going to make it better? Who the fuck knows? Like, they need to raise the interest rates for sure. But, I don't know how it's going to all conclude into everything.
I don't know. There's one town that, maybe it wasn't a town. Maybe it was, like, Canada or somewhere. I don't know.
That's a town.
But they made it to where it's, like, for, like, 1 or 2 years, I don't know, they paused people that were not residents of that area to purchase homes. Like, they did not allow people outside of that area to purchase homes in this particular...
Did we talk about it last week? Did I bring up... I didn't bring up Atlanta last week, right?
Mm-mm.
So Atlanta, and I've seen a couple more articles of this popping up, which is fucking great. Which is really, really good. Because this is, like, literally the only thing that can fucking stop, like, this shit show happening. So Atlanta, with Airbnb, they put up a lot of fucking restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
In Atlanta... If you want an Airbnb, you have to be a resident there. You have to have one of your Airbnbs. If you're like gonna do a business, one of your Airbnbs has to be your primary address, and you can only have one more.
Well, so you can only have 2
properties that are,
and one of them.
Obviously, you can have 4 million properties and rent them out privately and all that shit. But like Airbnb is a huge issue,
right?
You know what I mean? Like you look at all these cities, like there's so many fucking Airbnbs everywhere,
mm-hmm.
right? And like a lot of them are not even lived in, but. Because they're owned, and if they sell them 1 or 2 weekends in a month, that's fine for them. They're gonna make their fucking, because they have a $4 billion cleaning fee. So you have to own a home, like you have to be a primary resident in Atlanta, and one of those houses has to be the air thing, and then you can only have one other home, which is huge, which is really, really fucking good. So, and I've seen like not exactly that exact thing in like other places, but like there's been some places that have done like things like that where it's like, hey, if you want to like buy a house here,
but I mean, it's
they
like
have to fucking implement that.
Like,
they have to.
There's so many like
buying them.
Just driving around, like there's even more and more things that are like land being sold and subdivisions being built, and no one from fucking here is buying it.
Yeah,
like there aren't, like no one here can afford it.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but yeah, like you just drive around here and there's just fucking huge subdivisions being built. Like the one like I don't know what way you drive to go over there, but like if you go down Black Cat,
I do go down Black Cat.
You see that huge fucking plot. Like that is insanely big. That's like our whole neighborhood, like 4 of them.
Oh yeah,
that's fucking massive. How many
You know how many state property taxes that is?
Oh, that's a shit ton.
But do you
it's
know
like,
who they're gonna ask for more money from? Us.
From us. Well, they're gonna give us $70 back, so we'll be fine. But yeah, with like cryptocurrency going down, you know, look at this stat: 40% of Bitcoin investors are now underwater. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's a big fucking amount. So it's gonna be.
Damn.
Yeah, El Salvador. Like, is it Venezuela or is it El Salvador? They're like huge in crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like fully accept it for their regular things. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting because.
Why did Elon Musk buy Twitter?
Because he wants free speech on it.
Do you think it's actually gonna happen?
I don't know, because like, so if you privatize Twitter, then like obviously there's no like it's just yours, right? But like there's like he one time stopped someone getting a Tesla, and this is like on one basis, but it's like still it's like it's completely hypocritical, you know. So you had like, okay, to do free speech, because like it is I personally think it's a problem where it's like you're bleeping out, like obviously there's like you can't be fucking outing people addresses, you can't dox people, you can't like literally like threaten them with like physical harm towards them, or that's understandable, like that's fine, like that's not free speech. But like having a way of fucking thinking about something, you should be openly able to fucking talk about that. Like that's like when like Alex Jones got thrown off, when Donald Trump got thrown off, all this stuff. Like it's like, I think that you should have your own fucking right to say what you want in a scope of like non-danger, you know, things like that, right? But so that's why he wants to, or that's why he did buy it, to privatize it and all that stuff. But like back in like 2016 or 17 or stuff like that, like I know we always talk about like, oh, when people bring back old stuff, but like this is when you're talking about, I think it will be okay overall. I think it's like nothing's gonna really like, it's gonna be fine. I don't think he's gonna like privatize it even more. Like I don't think that's gonna happen. But like in 2016 or some shit, he like someone ordered a Tesla Model X, like when they were first coming out, like the big SUV versions, and like they had a blog and like wrote negative things about Tesla, like as a company or something like that. Like maybe it was because the panel gaps. I don't know exactly what was said in it, but like he personally stopped his order.
No,
he personally stopped his order. Like that, it's like, nope, you're not gonna get the car. So, like if you're, you know, like so if you're basing your, you know, your shit on free speech and stuff like that, it's like, well, then fucking own it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so that's the thing. Like, no, I think that's a good idea to like, you know, I think free speech should be its fucking thing. But I don't know.
Right.
I don't really know. Like, I don't use Twitter too often. I can care fucking less.
I don't use
it. But
Twitter
is a fucking huge part.
Right.
In everything. Like, think about like Twitter is like,
I just don't.
Huge.
I mean, I don't ever go on it. It's not like appealing to me.
Twitter is like okay. It's not like Twitter is good for like. Twitter is great. I don't think there's anything wrong with Twitter. I like Twitter as a fucking like thing, but I don't personally use it that much, because it's like Twitter is kind of, to me, and I'll use it to post because it's like I'm trying to grow anything, and like I'll still use it, like even though I personally find Twitter fucking retarded for people that aren't like famous, you know.
Right.
I find Twitter very stupid as like I find most social media, like when you're just posting stuff, like I think like YouTube's fine because you're posting videos, like post whatever the fuck you want, I don't give a shit. When it comes to like Facebook is just like for people to talk about nothing. I find Facebook, I really want to get rid of it, but I kind of can't. YouTube's that, and then like Twitter, I believe, like I just don't get the sense of like being very active on Twitter when you're not like, when you don't have like a following.
Right.
I don't know. I always find Twitter very weird to use personally. Like if I post something, like it's like, okay, I don't get it.
Like, who am I posting this for?
Who am I posting this for? And obviously, like, you have to grow the platform, so like you gotta use it, whatever. I get that. I'm not saying like that's why I use it. Like I don't say like, oh, you use it.
Right.
But like, I just don't get the point of Twitter when it comes to, not having a following.
Right.
But it's huge. Like, you have like world leaders talking Twitter. Like, you want to know information about like the Ukraine crisis, like you go on Ukraine's Twitter page. You know what I mean? It's like a
Right.
huge part of our system in this world of how it works. Like, it's not like, all right, let's get JFK on the TV and fucking talk about this.
I wonder
like,
how it feels like I own Twitter. I bought it. Like,
yeah. It's wild.
Like, what kind of access do I have? I could just like delete people's accounts.
You could. Like, that's the thing.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like that's crazy to me to have that much power.
But that's the thing. That's what they were doing in the first place. That's what he doesn't want to be happening. Technically, that's what he doesn't want to be happening, because it's like you say something and you get like, again, in the umbrella of terms that I'm saying, like, you can't fucking, I can't be like, oh well, you live there and like that's fine. Like, right. That's against policy and shit. But like the policy is just weird when it's like. And it's mostly all right-sided stuff. You know what I mean? Like, the left can say something very aggressive left, and it's like, okay, but if someone like on the right, like Alex Jones says, fucking there's water in the frogs, it's making them gay, it'll ban him. Right. You know what I mean? But it's like, but this person could say, oh, like, my daughter's not a daughter, I'm not gonna, like, like, it could be very aggressive in one way. Okay. Right. But I'll say the frogs are making the water in the frogs are making them gay, and that's gonna, that can ban you. So it's like, what's right and what's wrong? Why is it like this
it's
way?
Very biased.
And even Jack Dorsey, the original owner of the creator of Twitter, he's like very like free speech and stuff like that. But because it's a public owned thing, like you don't really have that much power over it anymore. Right. Once you sell it.
So when he sold it, did he get all the money for it?
Jack Dorsey, I don't know what he gets out of it, but like he had a certain amount of share. Like they just buy out the shares. That's how a business works. So like a public business, I should say. So they rank, Twitter to have, let's just say like 1,000 shares at $1, just to make math easy. So my company is worth, it has 1,000 shares for $1. To become a majority shareholder, you have to have 51%. So it's like, okay, I'll buy your business for $501. Here's $501. Now I own 51% of the business. Oh, okay. So I have a big say in it, and that's what it kind of was. So he was first on the board of directors. He bought like 14% of it. He got in the board of directors, and now it's like you're, part of the board of directors. You have some say in it, but it's like, you don't have that much say in it. And he's huge in Twitter. Right. He's huge when it comes to like that stuff. Like Elon Musk is one of the biggest followings on Twitter. Like when he posts, when he posts about Bitcoins and shit like that, cryptocurrency, that shit. That's the reason why it goes up and down. It's fucking wild. But it's like, and then he's like, oh, like I want to like actually control this. Like I'll offer you $44 billion because that's how much it is for all your stocks.
So you bought all their stocks up.
He bought everything.
Yeah.
And then it's like that money, that money pretty much just distributed. I don't know exactly how it works, but like distributed to the people that own those current stocks and things like that. So, but yeah, he's like now, I don't know when that's gonna take effect and all that stuff, but like it's like there will be no stock in Twitter. Like it's privatized.
Oh,
like it's like
you can't buy any more.
You can't buy any stock. Like he owns
all of them. Like there's no more stocks left.
Yeah, it's like that's
like he bought it all out. There's no more inventory.
Well, there's not even that. Like it's not public anymore.
Oh, okay.
Like you're privatizing the business. Like when a business goes public, that means it's going on the stock market. When it's a private business like Winco, it's privately owned, like business family owned, and all that stuff. It's like you can't buy their stock,
right? Because they're just
it was Albertsons that recently went public,
right?
Like a year ago or something like that. So, but that's how that works. So it's gonna go back to private. But yeah, like he had that story of that before. I do truly think that he's gonna be like making it like a better thing, like when it comes to that. I think so, but. Who the fuck knows? Like, who the fuck cares? Like, at the end of the day, who the fuck cares?
Speaking of Elon Musk and Teslas, I got to sit in a Tesla today.
Did you?
Dude, the girl that works with me, she just bought a Tesla this weekend.
Oh, did she?
Like, she bought it, but it had to be ordered in.
Yeah.
But it was one of those, like, not the ones that the doors open like this, like the regular one. And it was, like, blue.
Was it, so it's the Model Y? Was it still an SUV? Or was it, like, a car? Like, did it look like your Mazda?
Yeah.
Like almost exactly like your Mazda, or was it more like bigger?
More bigger.
Was the Model S?
The inside, I don't know.
Okay. Well, it depends. Oh, I'm just
I don't know which one it is,
Was
but
the screen like this, or was it like this?
like that.
Like this?
That, yeah.
Okay, so it's the Model 3. Was it like a
Yeah.
computer screen, or was it like my computer screen flipped the other way?
No, this way.
Okay, so it's Model 3.
And
I think they make, maybe they don't do that anymore.
But the whole roof is clear.
Yeah, it's
you know.
glass.
And then she was putting this on her whatever. It's like when she presses the honk and park, it makes farting noises and all that fun stuff. And she like took us just around the neighborhood, but it goes like she could only go up to 25 miles an hour because it's a neighborhood. But like when she pushes on the gas, it's like it like you. Like for real, go back. And then she's like, I don't even press the brake. She's like, I just get off the accelerator and just stops by itself.
Engine braking.
And I'm like, that's cool. And now I want it even more. It was actually really comfortable to be in it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it would get really like I would have a hard time learning everything on that screen.
Yeah.
But she said everything's on that
pretty
screen.
Much everything.
Yeah, she said when you want to control
your blinkers, I think. Your blinkers, I think, are on your wheel.
I don't know, but it's like the lights, the everything, the air that comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll learn it. I would imagine.
But it is cool that you don't need you don't have keys, so it's your phone.
Yeah.
And then she said because there's like 2 users on there, so it like adjusts, when she sees a phone approaching or whatever. It's cool on the screen when you're driving it, like shows you the cars are coming up next. But she said that you can sign up with this thing on there that it gives you a rating of how good you drive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it knows when there's a stoplight, it knows when it turns red, so it knows if you're like pushing through yellow, and all this. So like the better your score is, the more features you get for self-driving stuff. Like it gives you more incentives. Like, oh, you get more features for this vehicle by having more access to things because you're a better driver.
And I'm
like, I'm such a bad driver that it wouldn't even unlock my car for me.
Like to me though, like there you go. That's a social credit score. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like everything is.
But I don't know if that's
monitored.
I don't know if that's something that you have to actually sign up for.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably. Like I don't know, but it's like that's cool. I get that. You know what I mean? Like, and people will be like, it's more safe and stuff. Like, sure, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like Teslas are cool. I don't care for the self-driving.
No,
me
neither.
Self-driving to me, like, because it's eventually they want to get to the point where it's like self-driving, like. Going from here to fucking your fat Olive Garden to go eat a fucking sandwich or whatever, it will drive you there, right? The only part of the self-driving that I like is like when you're on the freeway.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it in town.
That's the only aspect that's like cool with it. But like, I don't know. I find them great. I get it. Like, like I like the cars. I like electric cars. They have the acceleration. Hopefully they're better for the environment in the long run. Things like that, whatever. But
I don't think they are because of all the digging that they do for it.
That's the biggest problem. Like when the car is done, great. The car is amazing for the environment.
But to make
the car, it's a bit saucy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit weird with the lithium ion. So unless they like start making those, there's like another style of batteries and stuff, which will probably like there'll be another style of battery they'll be able to somehow make in the future that's like even better or whatever.
Right.
But like I obviously it's better than like coal and gas and things like that in the long run. Maybe. Who knows? But like, they're like just a car itself, like they are faster because they got that torque, things like that.
It was pretty fast.
But like that's the scary thing is like when it's just like all controlled. You know what I mean? Like what makes it to the point? Like and like obviously people are gonna be like, well, like now you're just being a fucking nut and stuff like that. But like what gets to the point of like again, like a social credit score. These cars are all electronic. Like you get updates just because it's a car. Like it's not like, oh, I have to update like your phone. It'd be different if like you got updates and you have to like plug it into a system like you had to before, like iPods back in the day. Remember you had to update your iPod? You go into iTunes and you physically have to connect and all that stuff. Now it's just like, oh, I woke up with a new update. Right? So like your car is updated and like obviously they can change the things that are like on there. Like they'll take off this, they'll put on that, like they will put extra power in your car, all this stuff.
Right.
What makes you think that like because you did something bad
that they can't take that away from you?
That's like, oh, your car doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's the scary thing. Like it will most likely not happen, but it's a very, very likable chance that it can.
Mm-hmm.
That like not even likable chance that it can, like that it definitely can happen.
Oh yeah.
Like no, your car won't turn on now. because
And especially
you
everything's
said.
like with your phone and everything's, you know what I mean? Like everything is connected.
So it's like that's the scary thing when it comes to that, and that's like what I'm like the whole like that's what I joked about, like the social credit score when it comes to like you better driving will access you like more things.
Right.
You know, like are those safer things? Well, because I'm a bad driver, you don't want me to have the safe things, and like
Right.
how does that make me a bad driver if I like on Eagle Road,
Right.
because you're 55-mile-per-hour road, so yellow's for 5.5 seconds. What makes you think like because I can't slow down 55 because it's rain, like all this kind of
Right,
shit.
right, right.
You know what I mean? It's
Well,
like
'cause,
fuck
like-
you, I want to drive through the yellow.
Well, like, Mom got that safe driving, like, little, like,
Yeah.
tab things. And I told Mom, like, I don't want to
I'm
get
not
that
putting that
because
shit.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's like,
especially
fuck them.
because
They
it's
don't need to know.
insurance. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you get a benefit if you do good. I'm like, does that mean your rate increases if you do bad?
Yeah.
Because they sure increase your rate if you get into an accident, even if it's not your fault.
Yeah. And it's like I'm not a bad driver per se. Like I don't like I drive a fucking Prius for crying out loud. Like I sound like I'm this fucking guy. Well, like I like cars, but like I drive a Prius. I don't really like cut yellows and things like that. Like,
Right.
but it's still it's just like fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I just don't like that stuff. I don't like the whole intrusiveness
Right.
when it comes to like everything that's like slowly just getting more implemented and
Right.
stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like that because that can happen. Like I'm not now. I sound like a nut for saying that, but
But
it's
you
a
don't.
doable
Like,
thing.
it can happen.
It can.
Like,
If
that's not, like,
if it's-
far-fetched,
it's,
you know?
it's connected to the fucking internet. Like it's not that fucking hard.
Right.
You know.
You
Like
know-
I don't see it like because again, if like Elon's the kind of guy and all that stuff, whatever. Like I don't see it like being him because it's like okay, like you have the car, whatever. Like he builds fucking flamethrowers and weird shit, whatever.
Right.
So I don't see it like being him, but like Chevy or Ford, all these cars that
Right.
are gonna be fully electric in fucking 10 years. Like it's the same shit.
Right.
It's just a different company. So it's like I don't know. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. Like I want one, and at the same time though, it's like I'm saying all this stuff, but then at the same time, I don't care. I'm still gonna get one because what the fuck are you gonna do?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't care if that stuff happens.
It's like
because
one of
it's
those
just,
things. It's
what
like,
am I gonna
okay,
do about it?
do I get, like the thing that I was telling you about, well, when me and you were talking, it's like if gas continues
Yeah.
to go the way it is,
Like, what are you gonna
and
do?
we and having the job, like, I mean, if my job was different, maybe, I don't know, but I think it's just like it's getting too expensive to afford gas. So then if I had a perfectly brand new car right now that like works, it doesn't even have to be brand new, just like I already just bought a car 2 years ago or some shit,
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want to trade it in for something if there's nothing wrong with it. But
Yeah.
because I'm looking to purchase a new car, it's like,
well, yeah, and that point,
and I'm just like, man, it wouldn't be like, and I wouldn't mind just going with a hybrid. It doesn't have to be fully electric,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I need something that's going to make me not spend as much money on gas
Yeah.
because it's not like I can't afford to do it anymore. I just don't want that added on expense,
yeah,
whether I can afford it or not. Like I have to purchase it somehow.
yeah.
I just don't want that added on expense. Like, especially with how I feel like things, like everything is like,
Well, that's
20
the thing.
minutes
Like when
away.
you're talking about like gas prices, it's like sure, but like before gas prices were $4, gas prices were around this price, if not worse, at one point. Remember, like
oh yeah.
but not everything else was so expensive at the same
Right.
time. Now that's the difference. It's like
But gas went
okay.
up, but then it would go down. Like gas would go up during the summer.
yeah,
But then it would go down. But then I'm like, if it's this much and it's spring, how much more is it going to go up in the
Yeah.
summer? Like, I'm not going to be able to afford to, like,
Well, exactly,
you know-
like that too. But it's like everything else is expensive,
yeah.
so it just makes it worse. It's like okay, before
Well,
it
let
used
me
to be
cut
four. It's like
costs
oh
somewhere.
shit, this sucked. But like hey, things were still like cheaper. But now it's
but
like,
when you look like, and I think because I've never paid much attention until I started like going around with my client to like different car lots
yeah.
and just watching or just looking at different cars.
Oh, that's expensive.
And I'm just like, okay, like
The
we
used
talked,
car
and I'm
market has
like,
gone crazy
I'm
now.
like, if a used car is this much, like I might as well just spend like, even if it's $10,000 more, it's like, okay, that's a lot, but at least it's a brand new 0-mile car.
Yeah,
like,
you're getting most likely a better interest rate.
and
on it,
I'm
too.
getting, and I can get, it's better on saving money on gas or whatever else you're going to do. I just couldn't believe some of the used cars.
No,
I'm like,
the
dude, it's
used
like,
car market's
it's like
good. Like,
60,000 for a
there's-
used car. Are you kidding me right
There's
now?
literally not like one market in real goods, like physical goods. No, I'm not talking about like anything like whatever, but like cars, houses and most things, like just
Like
things that
food.
take like metal to make or
Mhm.
whatever, like has gone up.
Mhm.
It's like the used car market has gone up insanely high since COVID, really. Like trucks have gone insanely high. It's all these like chips that they have to put in and all this stuff, but it's like I don't know. It's wild. It's just like it's crazy.
I know you would think like when COVID happened, a lot of people like man when and I thought so too. I'm like this is like one of the worst years that like I mean
Yeah,
I don't know what those years were like before, like when it was 2008. Like we're little still,
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't understand quite the concept of what was going on. I wasn't in the market. I was 18 years old. Like I wasn't buying a house. I wasn't buying anything, so I
But
don't know what it was actually like.
it was just like, and that's the thing. I feel like that's got to happen again. The reason I say that is because so pretty much how that whole shit happened was like these subprime mortgages and things like that. So like people they were just lending money way too easily. Like it could be me, a DoorDash driver. I would buy like let's just say the market is right now like how it is, but like
They're
the
like, "Well, I'll prove you
2008
for $1 million,
literally I
even
can
if you can't
literally
afford it to pay it back."
easily. Like it was so easy to get a fucking loan back then, and it was these subprime mortgages. So like your interest rate was this, but then your interest rate in like a year was fucking this, and then it's like, oh, I can't afford this anymore. Let's fucking boom, bankruptcy, all this home foreclosures, all this, all that. That's what happened. That's it was just money was given out way too fucking easily. So that's what happened with that. But with the market that we have now, a lot of these like let's say like how many people have, and this is like the whole U.S., not just here, but like a lot of people have bought houses. Like you look at it here, you look at these growing markets, Twin, Austin, like these places that a lot of people are moving to. A lot of people are buying these houses, right? Let's just say 20%. 20% of those jobs are not going to exist in, your mortgage is 30 years fucking long. 20%. I'm just saying a number, but 20%, your job is not going to exist anymore in 30 years. You obviously you can switch jobs, you can do this and all that, but who knows what's going to happen then? A lot of those houses have to be foreclosed. Like I feel like there is going to be some kind of house. I don't know when, and I don't know what
might
or
just take a
what
little
it's
bit.
going to be, but something's got to happen,
Right.
because there's like because these houses were expensive. So like now you have this $2,500 mortgage for like a house that's like in a regular, like not a crazy house. No, I'm not saying
like a regular
basic
house.
Like it's $2,500 a month, right? Like we talked about this multiple times. $2,500 a month for this, and now you have to pay that for 30 years. And your job that like you're a manager at a fucking Taco Bell, like you get paid good. Like look at these McDonald's, like they get paid decent, like $60,000-$70,000 a year.
Oh yeah.
But like who knows if that job's gonna exist? Who knows if that's just gonna be fucking motorized? Like you already see these fucking like there's like they're hiring people out of the country to be like tellers and stuff. Like, have you seen that? There was let me put
Like bank tellers?
not bank, but like food. Hold on, Venezuelan. I think it was this. I think
Oh
it was
yeah,
this.
Percy, virtual cashier outsourcing jobs in Central
So
America.
you have so like freshly operates more than the operation, like so it's just like a thing, but they're outsourcing like your cashier like is on a screen in like another country. You know what I mean? So like these very basic intrusive like basic jobs, cashiers, telecommunications, manufacturing, that's already gone. But like these basic jobs are going to be fucking outsourced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
is it just because they can't find people to do it here, and because the labor is cheaper over there?
Well, the labor is obviously going to be cheaper over there, but like that's my point. So like these jobs that like what jobs are not going to exist in 30 years? When this whole like in the past 5 years, houses have gone up insanely high, and they're not worth what they are worth pretty much everywhere in the U.S. So now people have bought these houses in the past 5 years. Like obviously, like they're gonna switch jobs if like that job starts destabilizing all that stuff. But like there's got to be there's gonna be some crazy hit.
I'm telling you, we need to change our focus into buying a plot of land and opening up a cemetery. I'm thinking
I
of like.
I think cemeteries will be a thing in the future.
Okay,
I think it's to be like a metaverse.
Cemetery talk. Listen to this though, for real. Like, have you ever thought of this? It's like all these houses being built, all these people, and then we might have talked about this, supposedly dying from COVID, but yet I never see any like new cemeteries being built. Like, at all.
Yeah, you never see cemeteries being built.
But
That
no,
is
I
true.
don't
It
see
is
any
really
new
weird.
ones, and I don't see
Yeah.
them like expanding. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, so if all these people supposedly have died in Idaho,
Yeah.
and I'm just using COVID because it was a mass influx of people that supposedly died, not just like natural death, you know?
I don't know how.
But like, where does it go? Where do they go? I know there's a lot of people that choose cremation. I understand that. It's probably a lot more, but not everybody does. So
Yeah.
it's like, why are they not building more cemeteries? If all these people are supposedly dying.
Lack of space, soaring costs. Some 55 million are reckoned to pass away each year. Well, yeah, in just general, like a lot of people fucking die. In the UK, we are at acute prices of burial law. Yeah, I don't know. I truly don't know. That's okay. That's got to be a person that we can get on the podcast. What are they called?
Oh, Sherry's husband's a mortician.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit, really?
Yeah, for real.
Let's fuck. We got it.
Or we just have Sherry on the show. She knows a bunch of stuff about him.
Sherry knows the shit. That's already fucking the title. We'll get her on.
Sherry knows her shit.
Sherry knows the shit.
I'm seriously about to call her and be like, hey, like put her on video, like we're in our podcast.
We need to get her like because we're already like.
No. I mean, like to call her to ask her if she wants to be our guest, like on the show.
Not now.
It would be funny because she'd be like on the show.
But what if she's like, you guys fucking suck?
No.
What if she's like, you know what? Like
No, she always says like, you and Dennis are so funny.
What if though? She was like, you know what? I was faking to be your friend. I just want to know how fucking pathetic your podcast is. Don't ever call me again.
Bullshit. But no, he is a mortician.
That's cool. There we go. What does he do?
Like he gets dead bodies and gets them ready for burial, like cremation, all that stuff.
So yeah,
she was talking to me about like we literally had the conversation about this because I told her, I'm like, dude, because she would always like when they were living in Gooding, it was like me, her, and the other guy, Gabe, that we would go to school with. I remember one time her being like, you guys should come over to my house. Like, I'll give you a tour of the mortuary. And I'm like, just like, no, dude. I'm like, how are you not scared? And she's like, and I was asking her the other night, I was like, dude, I don't know why, but like the thought of seeing someone, even if they're just passed away, you know, like on, you know,
so seeing someone blow their brains out at their wedding would be
oh God. Aggressive. But like, no, like I remember seeing, you know, Amelia's great grandma. It was the only dead person I've ever seen.
Because I think there's a difference. There's a difference between seeing a dead body in its natural form and seeing a dead body when it's like dressed up. I don't like the thought of dressing up a body when they're like, you know.
I'd rather see a dressed up one, dude, than one like I was telling him. Like, dude,
I find that unnatural. Because you're like they put like fake. You know what they do, right?
I don't want to know.
They put like fake. I just keep going. They put like fake blood.
Well, they inject you with like the liquid stuff,
colorize you and stuff like that. That to me, that like you're talking about like inhumane shit to like how I'm trying like that to me is the most unnatural fucking thing. Like when you have people that like cannibalize, right? Like they'll take apart the body and stuff like that. To me, that's more okay.
What do you mean cannibalize?
Not the cannibalized part. Not
autopsy?
Eating them. No. Autopsy is just seeing how they die. They have to do that. That's right. You know.
But what are you talking about?
To know, I'm talking about like people that are cannibals.
Oh, okay.
And they, what is it called? Dismember.
When
people like when a murderer dismembers a body, to me, that's more natural than someone dressing up a fucking dead body and filling up with fake
I think there's something fucking wrong with you.
No.
Just kidding.
Because that to me is so unnatural. You know what that is? A funeral, like an open casket funeral, like that is buying eggs in a box. Like remember we talked about egg whites in a box. That's it to me. I find that so fucking weird.
I don't see the point of. I mean, whatever people do, whatever. But I it's less traumatizing for me coming to a funeral where I know I'm expecting to see someone that's passed away. I told her, I'm like, dude, if I was there's so many times I would walk down in Rock Creek with Amelia and shit, and I'm like, dude, if I was like walking around and I just saw a dead body in a bush somewhere or wherever, like that would traumatize me so badly because I'm not expecting it. It would take me by surprise. You know what I mean?
But like it's like it's dead.
It does not matter. The thought of that, like I ended up having to change the subject with her because we were getting like really into it because I was like, and then she was telling me about like how do they do the cremation and they put it's like you're in a wooden box and then or she's like he used to get so many calls of people that were like base jumpers that died, so then now you think like it's not like these like I'm not gonna call them cute, you know what I mean, like they're not normal,
like it's not like a guy just died in his sleep, like it's a fucked up body
and there's
broken
times
bones.
where like and then there was times where she was saying like the hardest thing for him is like seeing like little kids and stuff,
there is Obama right now can call me right on my phone. It just says President Obama, and then it says Sherry's husband, and I have to answer one of those fucking calls. I would immediately answer Sherry's husband.
For real?
I want to talk to him so fucking bad because I guarantee you he's got some fucking awesome stories. Because like bodies will fart and speak after they're dead because the bloatedness in them, and like you push it out and like they'll like they're dead though. Things like that. I want to hear. He's got to have cool stories. You will not be able to be.
I guarantee you. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I don't see how you would not be able to go visit him at where he works. I don't think you would be able to video anything, obviously due to like confidentiality. But I mean, like you
fucking loser. Fucking idiot. How'd you die? Loser. I'm still here.
You all move out of the way and you lay down?
Yeah, like...
Just to see what it feels like. You all taking selfies.
When my new friend is dead.
Like that
his
shit
eyes
makes
move,
me...
though.
Oh.
He's just... That's the worst. When you're like, if you were trapped in your own body, but like being buried.
Oh. Well, what if you were like, doing a mortuary stuff and then like, they have rigor mortis, like, they move.
What did you say?
Rigor mortis?
With a hard R?
But they move and that would...
Yeah, no, that would be no, but like when they speak, like that, or when they like they'll like say like they'll moan and stuff when they're dead because of that stuff. But I find that shit so weird when you like dress up the dead body for the funeral. Like just burn it and tell them to fuck off, and don't tell me to do something for you.
Right. I don't know. I put me in a ditch.
That literally, I want to be found in a forest, so I can because then that person who finds me will have a cool story to tell.
I just want to be donated to science.
I would love to be donated because they would have to figure out some new shit. They'd be like, okay, like we've thought humans can't survive on these kinds of diets, but this guy has lived for quite a long time on this Hot Pocket Dorito diet that
like all your innards are like lime green for Mountain Dew.
Literally, they'll be like okay, like
you just like touch it, it's like deteriorating.
They'll just make like diet like Mountain Dew blocks.
Like you just put like salata close to you, like a lettuce leaf, and you see your organs shrinking.
Like this is the like we've now discovered that salad is not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun, but no, I'm gonna
ask her. I'm gonna ask her. Like if he's willing to do it, I don't know. I don't really talk to him, but I'll ask her. Like, I know that she's probably got some stuff, so it's like, I know she was like telling me some stuff, but cool. I'll definitely ask her. I think that would be interesting to know.
That would be like very interesting.
But I am like, I've always been.
It's very weird. Like,
I've always been curious about that. Like, dude, because I drive past cemeteries, you know what I mean? I drive past like a few of them actually, and it makes me think of it. Like, dude, I don't ever see anything expanding. Yet you see all these plots
and
expanding.
People buy plots like.
Oh yeah, years ahead of time
because it's like they want to be buried by that
right.
person.
That's what I'm saying. Is like there's no way in hell that people are not being buried. Like not everyone wants to be cremated. A lot of people do want to have plots.
You know what I just fucking thought of?
What?
Because it's too Jesus, it's too expensive to buy a plot of land, right? Like who the fuck's gonna buy a plot of land right now? We should start like an Airbnb for dead people. Where like, you can just bury him in my backyard.
Next to my dog, Duke.
Yeah, like, and then you can like you guys want like a family plot? You got the backyard.
Mom and Dad come back.
There's just a fucking cemetery in the back. It looks like Nightmare. What's that one?
Pet Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery.
But we don't even bury them. We just like stack bodies.
Yeah, we just stack bodies. We look like fucking North Korea death camps. We're just fucking burning bodies in the grill. Making
the
shmashita.
That's our crematorium.
It's
like we just get it. It's like there's like miso and shit. It's like smells smoky. Like this shit makes me laugh. Yeah, this shit is funny to me. Yeah. Like that stuff is funny to me. Like some of these things, like certain situations.
That would be.
Have you ever like laughed in your sleep? I want to say last night, I just remember like laughing about something and it almost waking me up, and I could like hear myself laughing out loud, almost uncontrollable laughter, and I worried I wouldn't be able to stop, but then I felt like I was asleep.
I don't think I have. That would be cool though,
dude. I've do it actually a few times.
That's good though. That's probably a good sign.
I just like laugh in my sleep.
Like, it's better than crying when you wake up.
Oh shit! That's that one time I told you that one time with that atomic bomb. Yeah. Fuck. Some of those like are crazy as shit. Well, yeah,
of course, but like it's better to laughing than fucking crying. Yeah, that's interesing. But
the Bosnian dance. Can I just tell you real quick?
Yeah, the Romani dance. Yeah, okay. What's it called?
Mladi Behar.
Is that like what their business is called, or is that like the style of dance?
I don't know. Put Mladi Behar and we'll see.
Oh, what is it? Is it ML?
MLADI.
Yeah.
DI.
Oh, I forgot that part. Yeah, I forgot.
Not Matilda.
I know. Behar?
BEHAR. That one, the cultural center. Okay, let's see.
This is like here.
Well, that's the one. But I want to see what it is. What the dancing is called. Oh, it's on Facebook. Look, there's Amelia's here.
Yeah. I'm gonna blur these, but I want to find like the about. Okay. Traditional dance sharing culture. The people. Okay. Young Boston. The Bosnian. Okay. The Bosnian Herzegovinian Cultural Center of Idaho was formed. Okay, I don't give a shit about that stuff. I just want to know. Okay.
I think it's like eating. What does it call? My mom asks me eating folklore.
Folklore.
Yeah.
Folklore. Yeah.
It's like Bosnian folklore dancing. I don't know.
Okay.
But what was cool is like, okay, so she gets, her recital, right?
Yes.
And so I'm thinking, which, like, I think all of us thought, because Aaliyah was there too, and I mean, we thought it was just going to be like the kids on a stage and that's that.
Yeah.
But I guess they're part of this Boise Week of Music. That's what it was.
Okay.
I guess Boise Week of Music, they have it every year. It started they didn't have like during COVID, but it started, I guess, in 1919. And this guy was like, he felt like it was important to have like free access to like music or musicals or whatever for the community if they didn't have money to like participate in these things. Right. Yeah. No Apple Music,
no Apple Music.
But so I guess it's been going on. I guess they have it every year for a week in Boise, which I did not know about that.
Yep.
But they have like musicals, like there was the Man on Tin Roof, I don't know. But they like it had like a whole schedule of things that they're doing, and some of them were like at the Jump Building and like musicals at the Jump Building. Okay, so we came to this, and it's called, they call it We're Still Dancing, because it's like because of COVID and everything. But it had dances of all different cultures. So it started out with like a Chinese traditional culture dancing. So it had the women come out where they were, and then they had obviously them, the folklore. Then they had belly dancers, but they were like elderly women, which I was like, that's kind of funny, Then they had like Mexican, and they called it Mexican dancing because it was like, because there was like a Spanish, there was a flamenco dancing too, and all that, but this one was like traditional,
So you're racist.
Yeah, and they called it that.
I know. I know.
But they had like Irish dancing too. It was pretty cool. We only stayed for the first half because I didn't know it was like like a entire thing, and I guess they wanted to take a picture of all the kids, but it was like a 2-hour thing, and so by the time the kids went on, and then the intermission started at 8. I was like, dude, I'm not waiting another hour. So we just like took the two kids, like me and Alea took Layla and Amelia. But I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna wait a whole another hour for this. But it was pretty cool. It was cool seeing all the different cultures, and their dance.
We should do like fat people dancing, and like get me, you, so don't lose weight. Me, you, we'll get Victor. We'll just get other people that we know that are bigger, and we'll just do like dances, and we'll do like with Pepsi and stuff. And no, seriously, it would be fucking. You know how funny that would be if we got accepted. You know how
we have to
amazing.
open up a dance company.
Boom.
What is it called?
Company.
TARS.
Yeah. TARS Studios. TARS Studios.
And then they'll sponsor this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll just do like, our only song is fucking Weird Al Yankovic's "Fat."
Okay.
No, I'm fat. And then that's just, we just dance and just like eat a bag of Doritos. We don't have to dance. We just eat on the stage.
We're just on the stage. We're like not even moving.
Yeah, we're like just kind of.
We're just moving our feet like that one Jenna in Amelia's
yeah.
dance recital. That's what made us laugh so hard.
That was so funny.
I was trying to think of this whole time what made us laugh so hard. It was that we lost our complete ever living shit.
That was the best moment of my life.
She's having another recital.
Is she?
This Saturday.
Okay.
Are you gonna go to it?
I'll try.
You probably won't.
Oh well.
Okay.
But yeah,
No,
I thought because like they dress like gypsies.
No, yeah, I know.
You know?
But it was cool, dude. Like they did good. I don't think any of the kids knew it was gonna be like that, you know.
Yeah.
And so Amelia was like, "Oh, I was kind of nervous, you know, but I had to do it."
I think we should do our own. It would be good.
Whoa. Have recently and quietly begun reusing some graves older than 75 years, but this will not be enough to solve the city's burial problem. I just find like it's such like
it's a waste.
It's a waste of space.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just fuck off. Like, who gives a shit?
But I'm wondering, like, what happens? Like, they wouldn't be able to like break down graves or anything because that's like a crime.
Yeah.
Like they can't like move them, can they? Like has in the history of graves in cemeteries, I'm wondering if a cemetery was built and now they're wanting to build like huge infrastructures to where it would look weird to have a cemetery like right there. Do they have to get certain permission from the state, city, whatever? I'm guessing they do, but like to exhume all these bodies and move them to a different location because they have moved.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, do all the people that like, what if a family member has some sort of like, I don't want them to do this, like, but if they're like, fuck you, like, we're gonna do it anyways, because
they should just do it anyways.
But I'm just wondering, like, what the process is.
I don't know
if they even do that.
That's why I want the mortician.
Okay.
Because he has to have these answers, right? He gets calls from like people being like, "Hey, I want to move this body."
Maybe
he has to. Yeah. I think if he deals with that stuff, he's in the morgue. Right?
Yeah, he's a mortician. Picks up the bodies, gets them ready. Like
he gets them ready.
Everything.
He does like the funeral stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so he's not the government person. Who's the government person?
What government person?
Who does the autopsies?
I don't know.
The coroner. He's not the coroner. He's a mortician.
He's a mortician.
That's what I want.
Yeah, he gets the bodies ready.
Yeah, that's what he has these answers.
Sometimes he goes and he picks up the bodies at the crime scene.
That's so cool. It's just like just get in my car. It's like Ubering. But they can't get in.
Duber.
Dead Uber. Luber. That's good. We should start a Duber business. We just pick up dead people. Like, hey, you got
I'm like stacking them. Like, hey, double order.
We can. Like, there's like they can't get COVID.
We just put a fucking puppy in between them.
You don't even like parchment paper.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Just ruin.
We just put them. We just put them in our Vreches de smeche. We don't even have any for our smeche, dude.
Yeah, our business is already failing. Shit.
But I'm telling you, like, when you think about it, the things that will always be here is a need for a removal of dead bodies of some sort. Even if you're not going to bury them, like, someone to throw them in a ditch. Like, there's going to, certain services, when you were saying, like, what jobs won't exist. Like, Mom always said, medical. Like, find something that's in medical because that will always, like...
Will it, though?
Yes.
Will it, though?
Even if...
Look at the robots. Robots are starting to take fucking these surgeries.
Okay, fine, but like not with everything. But I'm just saying, like there's some, those are like probably more safe jobs than like other things,
Well, cops were safe at one point, but now that's kind of different. Things change. Like medical can definitely like change.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they do surgeries with fucking robots now, with robot arms. Things are different. You can 3D print guns.
What's left for us to do then?
That's the thing. Like, okay, so me and a family member had this discussion. No, his dad, and we talked. And he was there too. But we talked about this, and it's like great. Like it's like because he's all for this kind of stuff, right? But it's like, hold on for a second. Like what you just said. what is there for us to do?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Right? Like, people need, and I'm not saying, like, because he was saying, like, how, like, you get, like, the regular jobs out of the way and stuff like that. It's like, but you need people to do those regular jobs.
Yeah.
Like, I've said this multiple times. If our population was going down, great. I love all this stuff. But our population's going up.
Right.
So we have more people, that we need more people to do shit jobs.
Oh, right. I mean, that's how the world
runs. More people need to be
runs.
spit on. Yeah, exactly. More people need to serve people and all this shit. And then, but it's like, if the population was going down, great.
Mm-hmm.
Do the robotic stuff. I love it.
Right.
Because we need that then. But the basic jobs are leaving. It's fucking
Right.
everyone over.
Right.
It's fucking everyone over.
Not everyone is qualified.
Not everyone is
qualified for certain
stuff.
of, and
there's
that's
a
true.
lot of shitty people on this planet that need to do shitty jobs, and that's not a fucked up thing to say.
No,
it's just a true thing to say.
It's the way our world runs. Like,
it's the way the world runs.
I mean, that's
there was always like there's all peasants. There's always peasants.
There is.
You're working on the farm. They're this. They're that. You're a meat packer at fucking Lamb Weston. Like, it's just a basic job. Whether you're not qualified, whether you're slightly retarded, whether you're like felon, whether a lot of things that like just one, or you just don't want to. It's like, hey, look, this job pays me pretty good. I can go fucking beat my wife when I get home and live my life. I'm okay with that. Cool, live your life.
So glad I'm not a peasant.
That you're not a peasant?
Peasant.
Oh, a peasant. Well, you said president and then a present.
Either.
But, yeah. So. But like he was saying, but it's like there's gonna be more crime.
Right.
Even when people get bored, you saw what happened when people got bored during COVID.
Oh yeah.
Like it was great for 2 weeks.
It was
and
good
after that,
for 2
it's like,
weeks.
okay, let's go fuck shit up because we have no jobs.
That's true.
It's gonna happen like that in a everyday sense. I cannot wait.
Death and Despair. That's the name of our new podcast. Okay, we done. I gotta go take a COVID shit.
COVID shit?
Mm.
Damn. Can you go use mom and dad's room?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode. What?
What are you gonna call it? What was it that we were calling it?
I'll find it. I forgot.
Okay. Me too.
Oh,
I don't know. It was so good.
Put the it was about getting raped.
Oh. Ass destruction.
Oh, ass destruction.
Weapons of ass destruction.
Of ass destruction. That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
All right. You need help? No, bye.
Thank you guys so much for joining us in episode 67.
Bye.
Check out my new video. Check out her links.
I gotta poop.
Yeah, she's gotta take a shit, and she can't hold.
Yes, I can. I've actually trained my body. I have. I
you
can
suck
now
in your
hold
own
it.
shit like I do?
No, but I'm like holding in my diarrhea sometimes for like an hour and a half.
I almost shit myself in the shower.
Okay, keep that on next episode.
I'll forget, but
Leave it as a cliffhanger.
literally.